Today I'd like to show you a cool cut. Looks like this. Comes with a little display there. And the nice thing is it's completely false. So I'm also going to show you the same cut with a little bit easier closer that may be a little less knacky for you, like that. So, but that one is also false as well. So let's learn it. So to start the cut, what we're going to do is get it on a biddle grip, break off a fourth of the cards from the top, bring our index finger over and swing those cards down back into mechanics on the other side. So we're going to grip these with both of our fingers there, thumb at the bottom. So the first one, the index brings it down and around. You can just let it drop. And once that's done, we're going to pick up, and I do really love this motion of doing this sort of cut, even when you're just doing normal cuts. Just a great sort of look to it, these spinning packets. Looks kind of nice with the circles there too. So, first cut, swing to the back with the index finger. Second cut, the thumb to thumb, thumb to thumb. Spin that packet around. And when that one comes down, our goal is to get it into a setup to do a one-handed cut, charliere cut immediately. So when I do it at full speed, sort of looks like this. Sometimes just going right into that one. That was a little bit extreme, but sometimes put a little forward or off or get a pinky break under there just so we can go right into that cut. So after these cuts have happened, we're going to lift up another fourth. And as this cut in the one hand is happening, let's assume that one's happened, you're going to get this back into a little bit of an unusual position. You're going to swing the card out like so, this packet of cards, and then you're going to rest the cards against your middle finger there. And you're going to put the weight of the cards going that direction down, and basically the idea is to loosen up your grip from being between these two to just resting on these two fingers, and then the card will slide down like this. Now at this point it's sort of out of control. It's not like any of our fingers are touching it, but we're going to bring the other packet under and just allow that packet to slide through just like that. When it happens at full speed, it looks like this. So the card picks up, gets a fourth separated, allows it to pivot and sort of land. You can use your pinky too to just allow it to rest on those fingers, and then it slides out, and then the other fingers underneath, the middle and index of this hand, assist it as it comes down and catch it just like they caught the previous packet going into another charliere cut. So start from the beginning. Index finger swings, thumb swings, charliere is executed. At the same time, this is spinning this packet out, sliding it along. Then we're going to go into our second one-handed cut here. While that cut is happening, what you're going to do is pick up your middle finger and move it to the corner of the card. Then you can grab with your index and your pinky and take control for just a second to get that to your corner. So now you've got this nice pivot point there between your middle and thumb. So this isn't as easy to do. Depends, figure out a size of cards that's good with you. I can usually do it, the smaller is usually the better. So if you want to plan ahead and only leave, a few cards in this packet, that might make it easier for you, at least for the first stage of this spin. So what you're going to do is go from this position to this position. Just find a good way to efficiently get there. Then you're going to execute this little flourish. Take your index finger to the top, spin this packet 360 degrees. And now in this position we have the index and the thumb and middle finger. I'm going to quick close this cut because this part is a little bit more difficult. After you've spun it, you're going to use your pinky and your index finger, and they're going to go into the control of the packet. Your middle finger is simply going to release pressure, and as it snaps from there, it will go up, and you can sort of catch it like this within your index and middle. So, like so. It is spun, and then the pressure is released. And then you're going to make this one smooth motion, spinning, snap, and then you're just going to go turn over these cards. It's okay if it's a little bit messy, and you're going to square them up against the side of the deck, like so. Now this is not usually how I'll end it, but just so you learn that spin. Get a packet of cards. This is a pretty big one, so that one's a little harder, probably easier with a few less. But this is the spin. We'll go into the closer now. Starting over, index finger, thumb, one-handed cut. This packet slides through, rotate position here. As this packet comes down in the second Charlier, we're going to spin this one out, and we're going to rest it right here, and then we're just going to make our little diamond or pyramid formation, like so. And this is sort of a hard position to get into sometimes. It will probably not be perfectly square, but after you have it here, what I like to do is just quick show them the formation. And as I do that, I'm going to start moving my index finger to get this position to come down, because you can drop the packet and then go up with it. I just think it looks nicer if instead of doing that, you bring the other packet up to it. So either will work, but one I think just looks a little bit nicer. So at full speed, or we'll go half speed. Index, thumb, first Charlier, second Charlier, spin, and get into a pyramid. Show them that. Work, because sometimes this packet here will block this one from going up. So just try to get your index finger forward. You don't need to go both sides. You don't need to really work with your pinky. But just make sure you get that index finger up and close it. So let's learn a little easier closer instead of doing that whole pyramid thing, which a lot of times you may find is hard to get it right every time. I know I don't. Here's a little easier version. We do the cuts, but then from here you're going to do a completed one-handed cut, spin this packet, set it down, and go into a second one-handed cut. So that might be a little easier for you. It can be hard to hit that that pyramid just right. So instead you go ahead and close the cut, and then you go into another one. So maybe still not perfect. I don't know. Don't know if I like the pacing of it as much, but like that. So another thing you could do is if you start the cut with 1/4 of the cards at the bottom, like so, and then you go from there with a break, you can actually get the cut set up so you can close it right there. But that's pretty hard to do, and probably wouldn't actually work in real life. Probably a more realistic one might be to do the cut through, and if we just closed it right here but got a break with the skin of our thumb, then just a second after we do the cut, we can just cut the cards a couple more times. So that might be another variation, but remember, this is just trying to give you some ideas that you can work with of what you're going to do with your cuts, because I try to do, in performance, I might do a cut I've never done before, just sort of making up something as I go, keeping track of all the packets. And that's a lot of fun to me, I think. And what you just need to do is get a small arsenal of different moves you can do. Some of them can be flourishy like this one. Some of them can be just knowing how to get the break that you're going to want for later. So that's just sort of what I think is fun. Makes your performance a little more organic sometimes, and just a little more of just a challenge to yourself to be creating something and trying to do your cuts a little bit differently every time. But that's the tutorial. Thanks so much for watching, and take care.